Do you want the ability to create deep, strong emotional connections with the women that you're meeting or dating? Do you want women to feel safe and secure in your presence? Or do you want them to have the ability to be vulnerable and feel comfortable to open up to you about things they've never opened up about before? Do you want to be able to meet girls and have them be excited to see you again? Or be able to date girls and have them create such a deep connection with you that they start to pursue you for long-term relationships? Well, if that's the case, in this video, I'm going to be sharing a behind the scenes clip from one of our live 5-day immersion programs, our in-person dating workshops that we run worldwide with one of our clients that I was teaching the fundamentals or the basics of what we call advanced communication skills. And in this video, I give you a glimpse into what some of the things that we teach that allow us to create and generate deep emotional connections with the women that we're meeting through high level conversational skills. We call these skilled questions. So stay tuned, watch the video, and I hope you enjoy the content. If you want to have be a really top tier conversationalist, you want to connect with these women that you're going on dates with, you have to come from a place of curiosity, not just because you're using the curiosity as a technique to get people to open up and build investment. It's because you genuinely should be curious yourself. It's like, who is this human being? What makes her the way that she is? What value systems does she have? How does she think? How does she interact with the world? Would she make a good partner? Does she align with some of my value systems? And the only way you can do that is by just sitting back and being genuinely curious about the human being in front of you and going, okay, who is this chick? And then asking specific skilled questions like a level 1, 2, 3 questions that allow you to go through the different conversational threads and stuff to explore that and get her to open up so you get a better understanding of who this person is.
Would you agree with this statement that I'm very sociable on a surface level?
Yes. Yep.
But on a deeper level, yeah.
But this is not just you, Colin. This is fucking most dudes. Yeah. That work on conversational skills, self-development, the dating stuff.
People.
Yes, we need to. So
curiosity.
Yes, so most people are really good at doing surface level 1 questions. Yeah. Where you're from? What do you do for work? How old are you? What do you like to eat for food? Where have you traveled? This is just basic surface level conversation. We need to make things a little bit more personal, and then when you get really good, we can go emotional and actually get the people to really open up from their emotional experience. Because you understand, life. How we experience life as individuals, we experience it through emotions. It's like everything will have a different impact on us on a much deeper level. Like having a specific career path, right? Like your business, like on the surface level, you do it because it helps you make money. But then like on a more personal level, you do it because this is something that you're actually passionate about. And then on like an emotional level, it's because you always was inspired to become an entrepreneur or have your own business for your own freedom, so you didn't have to listen to a fucking boss, so you could create the income goals that you wanted. See, that's more emotional, right?
Yeah.
We want to relate to people on the emotional experience that they're having, because that's how you build a genuine connection. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So same as obviously with the women that we're meeting, we want them to get up and talk about their emotional experiences.
I do think it's going to take, as you say, it's going to take a lot of practice.
Yeah.
It will. And we're so used to conversing on such a surface level all the time with everyone we talk to as well.
Yeah.
So these are just habits we need to break.
Like I'm not going to ask emotional questions to mates down the pub. You just don't do it. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, you can.
Can you really?
Yes, 100%. This skill set that we're going to teach you.
Well, it's mostly fucking surface level.
Yes. But if you want to create stronger bonds and connections, even with the men that you're connecting with, it's okay to go down level 2, level 3 with these dudes. Yeah. They'll actually appreciate it a lot.
Probably sound like I don't get emotional sometimes. I fucking absolutely do.
Yeah, so but the reason why I'm saying, like, I'm giving you a permission slip to be like, Colin, like, if you want to have deeper conversations with, like, you know, the lads, it's completely okay to do that. Obviously, with the boys, a lot of the time it is surface level banter. Yeah. We're just talking fucking shit. We're having a few beers. We don't really care too much. But sometimes you have some fucking good one-on-ones with a good bro.
Yeah.
And sometimes those dudes just want to be listened to. They want to just feel like they can open up about some of the problems that they have in their life. Because, like, if you think about it, right? A big issue with a lot of us when it comes to communication, no one ever actually listens to us and our experience. None of us are listened to.
Just want to talk.
Yeah, it's just a one-sided fucking narcissistic conversation. Yeah. For example, how was work, mate? Work was fucking so stressful. Life was pretty hard right at the moment. I'm not getting paid as much as I want. My boss is a cock. And then you're like, oh yeah, my work is really tough right now too. Yeah, don't you hate that? Oh, working these long hours, life sucks. Oh yeah, wish we won a fucking $1 million. And he's like, yeah, if I won $1 million, I would do this. Me. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, well I would do this. Me. It's just a fucking circle jerk of two fucking people just wanting to talk about themselves. No one ever just takes a step back and just goes, oh, okay, well, if you were to win a bunch of money or to work in a different industry, what would you do? Why would you want to do it?
How was I at that yesterday? I tried to listen.
Yeah, so what?
Maybe I could be a lot better. I don't know.
Yeah,
so you can improve, but in terms of day one when nerves are a little bit higher, you haven't done cold approach in a long time, you actually did reasonably well.
And what we'll do is I'm gonna run through the basics of level 1, 2, 3 now, just to give you a better understanding or framework to this. Then we're going to do role plays for a little while so we can practice it, yeah?
Sounds kinky.
That's going to be super kinky. Like, I can't fucking wait. We're going to get real...
Whips and chains.
We're going to get real vulnerable, But we'll do that first. And then what we'll do is we'll actually break down the infield from yesterday on your date. So then you can be like, okay, cool. I understand the level 1, 2, 3. You know the information now. Let's look at your date. And then go, okay, was I implementing 1, 2, 3? And where, if I wasn't, what could I have changed? And that way you can see in real time how you can make those little fixes.
Right, yeah.
Because that's going to be a big thing that we're going to be focusing on today.
That when I take all your information on board and then execute it fucking as best I can.
We got to remember, Colin, you got to remember, the only thing you can do is the absolute best that you can. So we're going to be drowning you with a lot of fucking information and social skills and tweaks in the way that you behave. You're not going to learn it all in one day. It's going to take time, practice, repetition, consistency, and discipline to fucking ingrain these behaviors and also get rid of the old belief systems and way that you interact, like the programming that we have. So don't stress. We're just going to do the absolute best that we can. That's the whole idea of the whole program. It's just, we're going to give you information. We're going to give you theory, different things you can do. And then to the best of your ability, we execute on it with no attachment of any outcome in terms of results. Just do your best.
That's cool.
Yeah. Sweet. Cool. So in terms of level 1, 2, 3, we'll just do a basic recap, yeah? Let's break it down. So we have level 1, level 2, level 3 questions. Surface level, personal, and emotional. And every conversation that we have with people will start with surface level conversation, then to personal, then to emotional, when you get good, right? Now again, to understand the progression of conversation, at the beginning of all interactions, at the beginning, it's the 90-10 rule. So we will be doing the vast majority of the talking, asking the most of the questions, heavily investing to get people to open up to us. And that's usually at level 1. Yeah. Then we want to move it to 50-50, which is more personal style questions and more personal style conversation. So the idea is you're speaking 50% of the time and the women or the people that we're meeting are speaking 50% of the time. There's equal levels of investment. But then when you get really good at this, you want to build genuine deep connections. The idea now in terms of the progression of conversation is to get to 80-20. So you're speaking only 20% of the time, which is mostly you just asking questions out of curiosity and you're leading the conversational topics to get the person to open up. And then they're speaking 80% of the time. And that's when you're building the vast majority of the investment.
That's that she's fucking very interested. I would have thought that she's speaking 80%.
Well, that's how it should be. And if you look at a lot of the dates that I go on, yeah, but that's most people. Because as I mentioned, Colin, before, that's what we all have the tendency to do, is just relate everything back to ourselves, and we want to just jump in there and say the next thing and just keep the conversation going and talk about me, my perspective, blah, 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 without actually taking that step back. That's why listening is such a skill set, and no one does it. And if you look at my dating field, you'll notice, there's obviously periods in the date where I'm chatting a lot, depending on the girl and depending how shy she is. You'll notice I sit back and get them to invest heavily.
Yeah. But it goes back to what you're saying. Listen. Shut the fuck up and listen.
Yeah. That's actually, if anything, I can integrate one really, really high level skill set to conversation. If you can just learn to just sit back and just chill out a little bit more and just ask specific questions and just listen, that in of itself will take you a really long way when it comes to connecting with women. What's the biggest complaint that most women make about their husbands or partners? He never listens to me. He never talks to me. He never just considers how I feel. It's because men are just blah, blah, blah. Me. This is how you fix this problem. You should do this. You should do that. the vast majority of the time when women are speaking to us, they don't want us to give them feedback. They don't want us to give them advice. They just want to be listened to. They want to be heard. And then if you're just that one guy that just sits back and gives her that space to invest and connect and just open up, then all of a sudden you stand out compared to all the other fucking fobs that she's been going on dates with. And she goes, oh my God, he listens to me. He actually cares. And all we did was just sit there in silence. You could be thinking about something completely different, not even paying attention to her. But as long as you hold strong eye contact, not a few times, you go, tell me more. Okay, that's interesting. All of a sudden, she's like, oh my God, this guy's just, he's so different. Now, obviously, to really get good at the skill set, we need to be listening to what she's fucking saying so we can keep navigating the conversation correctly. But listening is a massive skill set. But as I said, the biggest complaint from most women is that men don't listen. So that's a big contributing factor that we need to start to integrate into our conversations.
I just go back to the incident there. Once she said politician, like, I don't know a whole lot about politics, but like that's a fucking massive thread to get down. You could nearly.
That
you know
is
what I mean? Yeah?
and
them words that she gives off, politics, gym. Once she says gym, we could talk fucking gym for fucking ages.
Yep.
Politician.
So these are conversational threads. So let's rewind a little bit and keep going back to the basics of 1, 2, 3. So you have level 1, level 2, level 3, progression of conversation, 90-10 rule, 50-50, 80-20. Now, what we want to do is once you understand how to ask level 1 questions, what we're going to do is when she answers the question, for example, what do you do for work? And that's a level 1 question. She will then say, I'm in politics or whatever. That now is what we call a conversational thread. But because we're only on level 1, a surface level question, there's only one thread there for us to explore. So it's easy. We now just need to go into that and make it personal by asking a level 2 question to give her a chance to talk about her personal experiences with politics. So then with that conversational thread, we would then ask, oh, really, politics? What got you into that? Or you could ask, oh, really, do you enjoy it? Or how long have you been doing it? What inspired you to become a politician or to work in that industry? Those are all very simple level 2 personal questions, but it's off that one thread. Now what we want to do after we've asked a personal question, right? This gives us the chance to explore multiple threads due to the answer she gives us. So for example, if you asked her, oh, really, what got you into politics? Then she would say, oh, well, when I was younger, I always just had a fascination with this particular topic. My parents were super into it. I thought I could make a decent amount of money from doing it. I want to make a big change in the world, etc., etc., etc. So she will give you a lot of information about why she chose to be a politician or to be in politics, right? I just gave you 5 threads or 4 or 5 threads that you can explore. I got into it because my parents were into it. I'm very passionate about changing the world. I did it because I could make money. Rah-de-rah-de-rah. Those are what we call conversational threads. Now we get into the curiosity mindset. The curiosity mindset has to be a genuine, congruent curiosity that you have about that specific topic or within those specific threads of conversation. So for me, if she said, I've always wanted to make a big impact on the world, that would be alarm bells because that allows me to go even deeper into the conversation and get to know this girl on a deeper level. Because it's like she got into politics because she wants to change the world. So I'd be like, oh, interesting. She wanted to change the world. What do you mean by that? That would be the conversational thread that I would explore. But you could also explore, I wanted to make more money. Oh, really? Why do you want to make more money? Or she says, oh, my parents were into it. Oh, really interesting. So were they really big into politics? Did they teach you a lot about this when you were younger? And then you can go and explore those threads. But that then allows you to explore 3 or 4 different options in your conversations that now you can explore on a more personal level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Now, if you've enjoyed this type of dating and self-development content, specifically the behind-the-scenes footage from our coaching programs, then please leave a like and subscribe so you can have access to more of that in the future, and also leave a comment letting us know if you like this style of content, because if you do, we'll post more of it in the future. Now, for the guys that are wanting to improve this particular area of their life, they want to meet high-quality women without relying on online dating apps or a social circle. They want to learn the art of cold approach, to have the ability to create deep emotional connections with beautiful women and have the abundance that you've always wanted, then guys, all you got to do to inquire about any of our coaching programs where we can specifically create a personalized program to help you achieve your goals, all we're going to do is click on the link in the description to book a free consultation call with either myself, Ben, or someone from our team for all coaching inquiries. And if you want more free trainings, more guides, and also more mini courses and articles and content that we can't actually post here on YouTube, then all you have to do is click the link in the description to join our private Facebook group. So hope to see you all there. But until then, see you guys in the next video.